Tensions are rising in the Middle East, but do you know which countries are standing firmly with Iran against Israel in 2025? The global alliances may shock you. Welcome back to our channel, where we uncover the truth behind global politics, international alliances, and shifting power dynamics shaping our world. In 2025, the geopolitical battle between Iran and Israel has reached new heights. From proxy conflicts to diplomatic standoffs, this rivalry is drawing in nations across the globe. But who is backing Iran in this high-stakes regional power struggle? In today's video, we reveal the top 10 countries that are supporting Iran against Israel, whether through military cooperation, economic ties, or political solidarity. These alliances are reshaping the balance of power in the Middle East and beyond. So, stay tuned as we dive deep into the countries aligning themselves with Iran and what that means for global peace and conflict in 2025. Number 10. North Korea. North Korea supports Iran against Israel in 2025 through ideological alignment and strategic cooperation, though limited by distance. Pyongyang has historically supplied Iran with missile technology, potentially enhancing Iran's ballistic capabilities used in June 2025 strikes against Israel. North Korean state media likely echoed Iran's condemnation of Israel's attacks, reflecting shared anti-US and anti-Israel views. This support stems from mutual opposition to Western hegemony and expertise in evading sanctions. While direct military involvement is unlikely, technical assistance bolsters Iran's arsenal. The partnership is pragmatic, with both nations leveraging each other to challenge global powers, though North Korea's focus on its own security limits deeper engagement in the Iran-Israel conflict. Number 9. Pakistan. Pakistan's support for Iran against Israel in 2025 is primarily diplomatic, driven by Islamic solidarity and regional concerns. Pakistan condemned Israel's June 2025 strikes as severe violations of Iran's sovereignty, urging restraint to avoid escalation. Despite ties with Saudi Arabia and the U.S., Pakistan's proximity to Iran and public anti-Israel sentiment foster rhetorical alignment. Claims of Pakistan threatening nuclear retaliation were denied, indicating limited military commitment. Support includes diplomatic statements and potential economic cooperation, but Pakistan's balancing act with Western allies and domestic challenges restricts overt involvement. This stance reflects Pakistan's aim to promote regional stability and Islamic unity while navigating complex alliances, avoiding direct confrontation with Israel. Number 8. Turkey. Turkey supports Iran against Israel in 2025 through rhetorical and diplomatic channels, fueled by President Erdogan's anti-Israel stance. Turkey condemned Israel's June 2025 strikes as a breach of international law, aligning with Iran's narrative. Hosting Hamas officials and providing Gaza aid complement Iran's support for Palestinian causes. Shared opposition to Israeli actions and ambitions to counter U.S. influence drive this alignment. However, Turkey's NATO membership and trade with Israel limit military support for Iran. Turkey's backing enhances Iran's diplomatic leverage, but its regional balancing act prevents deeper involvement. This support strengthens Iran's narrative, though Turkey prioritizes its own strategic interests over direct engagement in the conflict. Number 7. Qatar. Qatar's support for Iran against Israel in 2025 is nuanced, balancing mediation with ideological alignment. Qatar condemned Israel's June 2025 strikes, urging de-escalation, and hosts Hamas leaders, indirectly supporting Iran's axis of resistance. Its mediation in Gaza ceasefire talks aligns with Iran's Palestinian advocacy. Qatar's financial aid to Gaza and shared gas field interests with Iran foster cooperation. However, hosting a U.S. military base limits overt support. Qatar's stance is driven by ambitions to maintain regional influence, mediate conflicts, and counter Saudi-led blocs. While not providing military aid, Qatar's diplomatic efforts and rhetorical backing make it a valuable ally for Iran, enhancing its regional leverage. Number 6. China. China supports Iran against Israel in 2025 through diplomatic and economic means, avoiding military involvement. After Israel's June 2025 strikes, China's UN envoy condemned Israel's actions as a violation of Iran's sovereignty, advocating restraint and offering mediation. China's 25-year partnership with Iran ensures oil imports and infrastructure investments, strengthening Iran's economy under sanctions. This support is motivated by countering U.S. influence, securing energy, and advancing Belt and Road initiatives. Despite trade with Israel, China's rhetorical backing and UN veto power provide Iran with diplomatic leverage. China's pragmatic alignment bolsters Iran's resilience, prioritizing strategic interests over ideological commitment to the anti-Israel cause. Number 5. Russia. Russia's support for Iran against Israel in 2025 is strategic, aimed at countering Western influence. Russia condemned Israel's June 2025 strikes on Iranian nuclear sites as a violation of sovereignty, urging de-escalation. It provides Iran with diplomatic cover at the UN, advanced weapons like S-300 systems, and economic partnerships, enhancing Tehran's capabilities. This alignment is rooted in shared interests in Syria, energy markets, and opposing NATO. However, Russia's ties with Israel and focus on Ukraine limit direct military involvement. Russia's support strengthens Iran's strategic depth, though it prioritizes geopolitical leverage over ideological alignment. This backing is critical for Iran's resilience in the conflict. Number 4. Iraq. Iraq supports Iran against Israel in 2025 through Iran-backed Shia militias and sympathetic political factions. Iraq condemned Israel's June 2025 strikes as unwarranted aggression, aligning diplomatically with Tehran. Militias like Qatar and Hezbollah criticized Israel but avoided direct action, weakened by prior Israeli and U.S. strikes. Iraq's government, balancing ties with Iran and the U.S., offers tacit support via rhetoric and by tolerating Iranian influence in its politics. This alignment stems from sectarian ties, shared anti-Israel views, and Iran's economic leverage. However, Iraq's sovereignty concerns limit military involvement. Iraq's support provides Iran with a regional ally, though its internal divisions constrain the scope of active participation. Number 3. Yemen. Yemen's Houthi movement, backed by Iran, actively supports Tehran against Israel in 2025, escalating its role in the axis of resistance. After Israel's June 2025 strikes, Houthi leader Abdul Malik al-Houthi vowed continued missile and drone attacks on Israel, citing solidarity with Iran and Gaza. The Houthis' December 2024 strike on Israel's Al-Hodeidah port underscores their commitment. Iran supplies weapons, training, and funding, enabling these operations. Yemen's support is ideological, rooted in anti-Zionism, and strategic, aiming to disrupt shipping and pressure Israel. Despite internal conflict, the Houthis remain Iran's most active proxy, undeterred by Israeli retaliation, making Yemen a key player in Iran's anti-Israel strategy. Number 2. Lebanon. Lebanon's support for Iran against Israel in 2025 is driven by Hezbollah, an Iran-backed Shia militia with significant influence. Hezbollah, though weakened by Israeli operations in 2024, praised Iran's June 2025 missile barrages as brave. Lebanon's fragmented government, unable to control Hezbollah, indirectly aligns with Iran through the militia's dominance. Support includes hosting Iranian operations, condemning Israel rhetorically, and limited cross-border attacks. This alignment is fueled by sectarian ties, anti-Israel ideology, and Iran's funding of Hezbollah. Lebanon's role as a base for Iran's proxy activities makes it a critical ally, despite the country's internal instability and inability to fully endorse Iran's actions due to political divisions. Number 1. Syria. Syria remains Iran's closest ally against Israel in 2025, driven by strategic necessity and shared anti-Israel sentiment. Despite Bashar al-Assad's fall, Syria's government relies on Iranian military and economic aid, hosting Iranian forces and enabling arms transfers to Hezbollah. Syria's location makes it a vital corridor for Iran's influence. After Israel's June 2025 strikes on Iranian targets, Syrian officials condemned Israel, framing it as an attack on sovereignty. Syria's support includes rhetorical backing, logistical cooperation, and limited military coordination, though its weakened state curbs direct engagement. This alliance is rooted in mutual opposition to Western and Israeli influence, making Syria a cornerstone of Iran's regional strategy.